Welcome back to Fix My Form. It's been a while, I know, but we've had a couple of new answers or questions, shall I say, that's been popping up on the Discord. I thought, why not answer them in a video? And to remind you guys, if you want to be a part of the Sneaky community and ask anything to do with your formations, any recommendations on how you should be progressing on your account, you can hop over to our actual Discord server. And if you're in here, you will be able to click onto the roles tab. So just to kind of showcase this, you can go into roles, and if you hit the good old Age of Empires icon, you will get access to where we are right now, which is in the good old Age of Empires mobile, where Fix My Form is. And you can post any questions in there, you know, put tags if you want for Fix My Formation and all that jazz, right? And we do answer them in the Discord too, but sometimes it's just better to give you a full answer in video, right? So the first thing is we've got Lubu questions, and as you guys know, we have just done a video on Lubu, so you should check that out about him. But just to kind of talk about it a little bit in game, and obviously so you guys can have a good idea of what to be aiming for, because even myself, as you guys know, will put my money where my mouth is and go and grab the skills that we want to test for this hero, right? So the first thing is, what skills do we recommend on the good old Lubu, right? That's the main question, right? So if we come into the main game, we've got my Lubu right here, and we've got Lubu, Guan Yu, and we've got Attila. And the thing is, right now you can see I've got Ripper Tiger with weak spot attack, and that is generally one of the best just general combos you could be putting together in this build, because it is a really consistent build. However, if you've checked out my recent video, you will know there is a new potential build on the horizon, which I am going to test myself, which is actually putting Spirited Pursuit on instead. This will basically allow your whole match to do as much damage as possible while going over to your good old Guan Yu here and running Critical Insight, which you always have to be running on these heroes. And you could keep on Armor Piercer. However, the way this build runs on the other one is going to be running a Berserker. So we're going to be running Berserker too, just to showcase this as well on this video, so we can kind of tie yesterday's video with this video too, so you can check them both out if you want. And then on your Attila, you have this on the third slot with Warriors, Him, and Critical Insight. This is really good because with Critical Insight, obviously with Guan Yu and Attila now, giving you as much as you can, Warriors Him is increasing the critical strike rate by 15%, and that's already at 2 gems. When you max this bad boy out, it's so much better than Ripper Tiger, because you're getting 20% instead. So you're basically losing the 15% that Ripper Tiger gets, but you're putting 20% on instead. And that is the way this build runs on what we're going to be running. So if you are wondering for a Lubu build, you can't go wrong with honestly running Guan Yu and your Attila this way. But when it comes to your Lubu skills, all I would recommend is, if you want to be super safe and do what everyone's doing right now, including myself, as you can see, I had it before, Ripper Tiger. You can just put that on with weak spot attack and you're going to be good as golden. And if you want to, just get weak spot attack and wait until we get more information on if Spirit Pursuit's better than Ripper on his own. So hopefully that gives you guys a little bit more information. And again, there would have been throughout this little clip a little pop-up if you want to go back and check it out, and that will take you to yesterday's video where we all discuss about this, right? So going back into the Discord now and coming into Fix My Form, we've got John here, and John says, should I switch again? And this is what's a really big problem I've noticed a lot of people doing, and John has fell for the trap too, where he likes a lot of matches, a lot of heroes look really, really cool, but he keeps switching from lineup to lineup, meaning he might have started doing, for example, Warrior Infantry, and then he saw how cool Warrior Archers were, then went down that road, and then he wanted the calves, and then he went down that road. So he was splitting all of his resources everywhere, and it's kind of made him a little bit of a mess, right? So let's see what it fully says, because he has some insight in here, right? So his original lineup was swords, and then secondary he went pikes. Then he went archers and pikes, so he dropped his infantry, and then he's gone archers and swords. So then he swapped back, dropping the pikes, which was interesting. But now he's running archers and cavalry. I'm nearing the end of season 2. Obviously, I haven't really had a chance to settle on, let's say, a second hero lineup since my archers are strong. I've spent a short time on the Nintendo start. Part of me wishes to have stuck on the warrior swords and pikes, but it might be in a good place by now. So by season 3 fast approaching and so many cav matches out, I'm wondering if pikemen made the best beast for season 3, and this is what a lot of people are thinking, including myself, right? So what we can do is actually look at the images he sent through, which is really cool. So this is one of his lineups he's running. So we've got that 4-star, it looks like almost 5-star Mulan, same with the Bellevue here at 4-star. You got 4-star on Rani, very nice. We've got 3-star, 3-star, 3-star on all the infantry. We've got 3-star, 3-star, and no Attila here, which is concerning. So I think because already I don't see Attila there. Maybe you have him and we got to check the other screenshots out. But if you don't have Attila, I just wouldn't be running this march. And no, it sounds crazy, but I know you've got investment into it, but you could be putting more investment already into these other 2 marches. Or even better, as we see now, we've got a 2-star Richard, a 1-star, and a 3-star Leo, which is fair enough. And then we've got a 3-star, 1-star, and a 2-star on the Marshall Pikeman. So depending on your spending level, I can say straight away, the Pikeman one isn't too bad because you can do the Heroic Expedition route. That's going to get you all of your sculptures you're going to need for the Julius Caesar to get him actually 5-starred super quick, which is really ridiculous in this game. But then you've got the Ramcam, and I would say try to get that Ramcam 3-starred as soon as possible. As soon as you get him that 3-star, you're going to feel good, and then you can work on that Octavian to get him 3-starred. So you got like a 5-3-3 setup, and that would be very, very strong in the open field, and it would deal with, as you kind of said, all the cavalry on the open field. Because the thing is, we've got a good old march here, which is Richard, Boudica, and Leo. But the thing is, you could, because you've got a 3-star Leo in here, and I think some people might be saying this too, you could run a Leo primary with that Boudica in the next season and just roll with your Empire coins for Mansa Musa. So you'd run that Leo, Boudica, Mansa and just go full support, full empowerment on the Leo and go wreak havoc that way, right? But then again, you still need to do some sort of investment in a 3-star lineup on that Boudica and especially on the Mansa Musa. So it's one of them. I think your infantry in a good spot, 3-star all the way wrong. You can't go wrong there. And even the archers, like I said, are really good in their own right. So you don't really need to touch those realistically for your account. All you're doing is increasing the gear. You're increasing the ring power now on those marches because they're kind of solved, if you think what I mean. Like, you don't really need to do too much in it. Now you're trying to think, where am I investing those stars in there, right? So that's my opinion on your 5 lineup in this picture so far, but we've got more to go, guys. So we've got this lineup here, which looks pretty much the same, but instead now we've got the Rani across with it, which works a lot better. And then having the Josephine here, this does look a lot better already, I will say. I would still put the Julius Caesar primary here, just because here, your Julius Caesar just being more of 3 stars, you will have like a better damage dealing commander, and you might as well take advantage of his commander skill, which increases all heroes damage. But if you wanted to go down the supportive route, there's no wrongdoing putting Ramcam primary. I can understand that. But yeah, everything else looks pretty much the same, but I like this change. This change actually feels a lot more solid. The reason why I like this change is because Josephine, even though he clearly doesn't have access to Attila, right, his Josephine's really good in rallies and especially in garrisons. People don't realize that actually attacking and getting those double attacks and healing those troops up gives you that sustain. So Mulan and that Bellevue can actually just deal a ton of great damage, right? So it's a really good March in its own right. I actually prefer this lineup you've got. So if you were wondering out of lineup 1 or lineup 2, I would go for lineup 2, and I would just put Julius Caesar primary if I was you. And then if you wanted to work on anything, you could just work on a Mansa Musa, replace this Richard, and just run Leo, Boudica, Mansa Musa, you know, in like primary, second, you know, reverse order. You want Leo primary, right? And then here you could, again, depending on what you want to do after, you could work on your Marshall Pikeman. So that's up to you. So we can see here some points. Mightiest Empire, nice little pushes we've got there. And again, we can see all the way across now his actual troops. So these are the ones he's running at the moment. And then if we come across here, this is his infantry setup, which is pretty nice. It's running a high spirit combo. That's the one I'm doing now, which is a little bit different, but I'm honestly preferring it too. It would be, honestly, if you had Attila, this would have been so good to run if you had the Attila. And I think everyone is upset that we ain't seeing it. We ain't seeing it, man. So that is it. I think that is the best advice I can give you guys on those areas, right? So hopefully that helped you guys out. And what we can do just to kind of finish up on the video is, again, just showcase, like, if you want any ideas, you don't need to go crazy on your heroes, guys. You can see I've got a 3-star Lubu, I've got a 3-star Attila, and I'm almost 3-star on the Guan Yu. And it does its job, guys. It does its job, and it honestly pumps out work. You can see my Julius Caesar, again, 4-star. I'm almost getting to that 5-star level now. And then we are going to be using our universals on Ramcam to get him 3 stars. That's my path forward, because I've already got a 3-star Octavian, which is great. I don't have to go any further. And then again, like you, my archers are pretty much solid, you know. Same with my pikemen, pretty solid in a decent lineup. I'm just kind of waiting for Mansa Musa to replace Joan of Arc, but she's doing a fantastic job at the moment, doing what she needs to do. So honestly, you can see you need to prioritize your main march. Once you've done that, you can start going on a second march. Once you've done that, go on a third, guys, right? And again, depending on your spending level, this will be quicker, guys. If you're free to play, it's going to be a lot slower, as you can imagine. But if you even just invest in, say, $50 a month, just $50, like as if you're going to buy a brand new game on Steam or on Xbox or whatever it is, right? It will go a long way for your account. So that's been my Fix My Form, guys. And again, if you want to join Fix My Form, all you got to do is join the Discord. It's in the links in the description down below. Just check it out. We keep having more and more of you join. Just make sure you are going through the rules when you join. So you will hit the welcome page. Just go on the rules, just read them, and it will tell you need to press the good old thumbs up here in order to get access to pretty much anything in the server. And that's just to stop any spammers, any bots, anything like that. It's just to protect you guys, honestly, from people we don't need in this server, right? So simple as. And once you've done that, you can go into the roles and choose if you're an Age of Empires mobile player, Call of Dragons, if you're looking for recruitment, Godforge, and we're going to be adding shortly some more games, such as potentially Raid Shadow Legends and even Moko, the brand new Supercell game, which I really do want to cover on this channel because it's so goddamn fun. You guys don't want to miss out. So with that, smash like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the Discord. And until the next video, stay safe, stay sneaky, peace out.